A few days ago, somebody emailed me and asked me how come I didn't finish submitting the video after I filled out the paperwork, I guess you could say. It's because I wasn't sure how to get the video into the contest. Well, I did finally, I think, get around to it. So here's my video. So what's my dream vacation? It could be going back to Yosemite and spending a good week hiking the really good trails that I didn't get to hike, because I was only there 4 days, so I was only able to hike a few of the trails. Instead of just hiking up to the top of a mountain, I like to do longer, more scenic hikes if I ever get a chance to go back to Yosemite. I do lots more photography, camp out overnight, then back and do another trail, camp out, back, and then do another trail. All this time putting together a photographic journey that others on YouTube could follow and use as a how to hike the trails videos. To give you some idea how I've been making my dream vacations into travel videos, go to YouTube and type in Mike, Minnesota, all lowercase with no space. And in fact, this video is an example of how I made some 52 travelogue videos in the past 2 years. Please note, I've only discovered YouTube 2 years ago and Facebook 1 year ago. So I'm 67 years old, but in perfect shape, was a paratrooper, Boy Scout leader, and I've camped Minnesota for years. Boundary Water, Isle Royal. Check out the Banff, Canada YouTube video. I'm sure it's like Wyoming if you went to Banff and compared Banff with Wyoming. I think the two would probably look the same. There's a lot of dream vacations I'd like to do. I've been wanting to go to Italy, from one end of Italy to the other. I've been wanting to go to Alaska, and I think I'm going to try to get around to doing that in the next couple of years. It takes a while to save up the money, of course. But I think one of my real dream vacations would be going back to Norway, like I did a few years ago. What I did was I rented a station wagon that was waiting for me at Bodø. Bodø is a town in northern Norway. And then what I did was I went to the local Goodwill store, picked up a mattress, I got some bed sheets, a pillow, and a bunch of groceries from a grocery store, and I took off in the station wagon. That was my four-wheel tent. It worked out just great. I'd wind up just traveling wherever I wanted to go in northern Norway, park for the night, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and continue on. But it turned out that after 2 days, I got kind of sick of eating gas station hot dogs. So one of the things I did on that vacation, which is kind of a hint for you guys if you ever do any traveling, rent a station wagon. Gas isn't that expensive in any country you go to. And just take off and sleep in your station wagon. But one of the things I discovered was I was thinking, well, where can a guy go to get an American meal? You know, like you'd normally eat back here in the USA. So I started thinking, why not start going to these fancy hotels like the Hilton? And, so what I do is I go in and have a great breakfast, and then I go sit in the lobby and drink their coffee for a while, look like I live there, use their bathrooms, and then I'd move on to another town or another spot. So I'd always try to park somewhat close to a fancy hotel, get a great meal in the morning, and that worked out just great. Now when it came to clothes, I found it would be super impossible to pay the cost to go into a laundry. So I'd wind up going to campsites that had laundry, had wash machines, take a shower every couple days. So I'd use the campsites, which would only maybe cost me $10 to $15 at the most for the washing and the showers, and even less than that in most cases. And that's how I kind of worked my way around northern Norway. Now I wasn't able to get to the real northern part of northern Norway, and that's what I really want to do as my dream vacation, is to go back to Norway, this time for almost 2 months, live in my station wagon, travel all over northern Norway, photograph the heck out of the country, come back and then put together my slideshows. And most likely I'll wind up making about 10 or 15 of them if I spend a good month in northern Norway. Winning a spot on the classic Wild River Wilderness course next summer, 30 days exploring the rugged peaks and the pristine lakes of Wyoming's Wild River Mountains would be great. Sure would love to. Plus all the gear you need for that course. I sure would. Plus domestic travel to and from Wyoming. Definitely. But of course there's no way in the world that I have a shot at it. But I thought, what the heck, if somebody was great enough to email and ask me for a video, I decided I'm just going to go ahead and enter it. I definitely don't have thousands of friends on Facebook that are going to vote for me. I definitely don't have a job teaching at a high school where I can get thousands of students to write in for me. I don't have huge organizations, and I'm not a big political leader with a whole bunch of people, so I have no chances of, let's say, probably being in the running. But I says, what the heck, I'm going to go ahead and enter the video anyway. The one thing I was attempting to do was to show people one way of making your travel, your dream vacations, into a video, and that's what I'm trying to show you in this video. That if you might get some ideas after seeing mine, or you might even go to my Mike, Minnesota site and check out some of my other videos and get ideas. So my dream vacation would be going back to Norway, but of course I wouldn't mind going on this 30-day dream vacation that's up for a prize. If I was to win any gear, I'd wind up giving it to the Boy Scout troop that I used to belong to. I have my own backpack, and I do have a lot of camping gear already, but like I say, if I was to get something, I'd just donate it to the Boy Scout troop in my neighborhood, and probably maybe even try to play a publicity or something. I don't know. Just an idea. By the way, there's another thing that I'm beginning to learn in the last 3 or 4 months is I wound up picking up a small laptop computer. And with the laptop, I can now, instead of having 20 or 30 memory cards for my camera, I can have only a few memory cards now. Take a lot of pictures, put them into the computer, and then I have one of those smaller external hard drives now that I can plug into the computer. So I store them on the computer, I store them on the external hard drive, and then I keep the computer in my luggage, and I keep the external hard drive in my camera case. So that's one way that I'm kind of protecting myself from losing all my pictures if that ever does happen. Other camera tricks, a Nikon D90 turns out to be a really nice camera, and so are these other Canon cameras are pretty nice too. They're just like a Nikon, but I like the Nikon D90, and I'm just starting to learn how to use the camera, because again, that's something that I didn't buy until about 2 years ago. Before that, all my pictures were regular film, so now I've been switching to digital, and that's really quite the improvement. So would I like to win the Wind River Wilderness course next summer? Sure would. And if you do vote for me, that's fantastic. Thank you very much.